www.youtube.com/TAPKAC, or the artist presently known as Chris. Chris is Hungry, a show involving cooking and other things. Episode 13, Third, Pressure Cooker Chicken. This episode is brought in loving memory of David Eli Stewart, January 25th, 1996 to the 6th of March, 2018. Hello folks, well, now the pressure cooker is finished cooking, so let's see, first I think we have to let off steam and if I don't do this, then you can't even take the lid off. Oh, so while the steam is being let out, here's some other funny stories. Remember when I was talking about making the telephone calls and leaving messages for Dave? One thing I did was I made a multi-track thing where I tried to imitate Jim Morrison of the Doors and David Bowie, harmonizing, and just made a little multi-track thing, and so you could hear both voices at the same time, and called both moms, and I would actually just hit the play button this time. I didn't have to go into any kind of theatrics. The song was it was actually a commercial or public service, whatever you want to call it. It was brought by the Mormons, basically. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, just kind of advertising, saying, "Hey, we're nice. We're about family. We're about kindness and peace and love and understanding." And this song was, so. Hello, Dave. I hope you like this song. Love to be with you. You're my favorite person. My favorite person in the whole wide world, and I would do anything for my favorite person. You're my favorite person. You're the person I love. And with the Bowie voice, love to be with you. You're my favorite person. My favorite person in the whole wide world, and I would do anything for my favorite person. You're my favorite person. You're the person I love. Anyway, and as I mentioned before, I would have to leave this on both moms' phones because I never knew which mom he was staying with. Was it Beth's house or was it Lori's house? And Beth had told me that when she put the ear to his phone, not only did he start smiling that smile that we all love, he started actually looking around where I was. He heard my voice, and Chris is here, and another time, I'd been away for a bit, but I finally got to visit, and sometimes, along with pouring the thing into his feeding tube, as I mentioned, he couldn't, he couldn't eat through the mouth, he couldn't drink through the mouth, but he just had these, supplement things that would go through his feeding tube, that went to his belly, and also sometimes I would actually get to put him to bed, and just kind of, he'd be in the wheelchair, and I'd have to kind of reach him under and get around his back and Lift off in 3, 2, 1. We're blasting off to Sleepy Land and carry him over to his bed, and we're coming in for a landing. You just very gently, and there was one time I did that, and as I said, as I was saying, the salon pal, I never heard a sound from him before, but he just kind of exhaled a and like he was finally trying to say something, especially to me, and yeah. So, by the way, in hanging around, whether and here's something where one of the parents actually was around. I was over at Beth's house, and we were watching. Now, we were watching the movie Flash Gordon, the one that came out in 1980 with the music by Queen. And now I'd grown up with this. You put this movie on, I go from 49 back to 11, and that's me emotionally on the inside. And so when it came out in theaters, I saw it as much times as I possibly could. I had the record, I listened to it over and over and over and over and over again, much to anybody else in the house's dismay. And when it was on cable, I watched it as many times as I could then. Then many years later, when I finally acquired an affordable VCR and started buying videos, I had it on video there. And then I got the DVD, and most recently on Blu-ray. Yeah, I love this movie. It's, the movie, and, even if your vision is not very clear, even if it's not like a 1080 pixel, but, just kind of blurry where you can just basically make out, there's so many colors, and it's like a lava lamp like a psychedelic lava lamp with, ass-kicking, teeth-smashing, bonk on the floor and break stuff, rock and roll, and some synth, and some really cool drums, and now I know this movie like I know my own face. Or did I this one time? Because we were watching the movie, and I suddenly noticed some certain sounds that, well, Beth is in the kitchen, and she's a lovely cook. She can make the most amazing things. She made a lasagna that had just the right amount of spice or hot spiciness to just enough for the not overpowering, not underwhelming. And so she was making something in the kitchen, and Dave and I were watching Flash Gordon. And there's the part where the scientist is having his memory wiped, and so he's watching on the screen his entire life going backwards all the way until his mom is giving birth, and you hear this and I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute, even though I know this in context. Now Beth, who's in the kitchen, has never seen this before, and so she's overhearing this, and I was, wait a minute, and so I had to run to the kitchen, and in case you're wondering what you're overhearing, and I had to explain, and so later, there's the part where Flash Gordon is rescued by the villain's daughter and taken to this planet called Arborea, which is the tree planet. And there's the tree people, and they're having this initiation. And part of the initiation is awakening this this beast inside a kind of like a tree trunk full of holes that you have to put your hand in and hope it doesn't sting you. And now, in order to do this, they have to take these big, huge posts, and kind of thump, and you hear this, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, whoa! Out of context, this sounds, well, let's see, you hear a thumping sound getting faster and faster with male hyperventilation getting faster and faster. That's not what that sounds like, and so I had to run. In case you're wondering, whew, yeah, there's some. I thought I knew it like I knew my own face, but suddenly hearing some, I guess maybe Bob Guccione had more of his hand of it than we're led to believe. So, and yeah, well, one time I was, that one time when Beth was going out for a night with friends and stuff like that, and I was kicking it with Dave, and I brought some DVDs, to watch along with the stuff that we usually watch on YouTube, and so I brought some movies. Let's see, I brought and I said I got Saw, and I have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Nightmare on Elm Street, and no, just kidding. It was actually some Ren and Stimpy cartoons, and Bugs Bunny cartoons, and other Merry Melodies, and Looney Tunes cartoons, and Raising Arizona, which all me, Beth, and Dave all watched together at one time. Well, of course I'm not going to bring horror movies because I'm going to put this as short as I possibly can. The reason why David was handicapped, why he couldn't move his arms and couldn't move his legs and everything else, his previous parents, over a period of 3 weeks, well, let's just say he's had enough horror by the time when he was 18 months old to last a lifetime. Over a period of 3 weeks, his previous parents broke his arms, broke his legs, broke his ribs, along with some other scratches and gouges and bruises, and ultimately socked him upside the head so hard that that's when they finally took him to hospital. And came up with some lame excuse saying, "Say my baby, he fell down the stairs," or some other bollocks. And the doctors, fortunately not being born yesterday, while they were keeping them alive, they did x-rays and said, no, this is not falling down the stairs. Some of these fractures and cracks are 2 weeks old, so 3 weeks old. They're the ones who called the police, and well, he didn't have to worry about them again. About a year later, on the bright side of things, who happened to be studying for her behavior psychology and degree, but Lori, who, by the way, provided me this shirt, gave me this shirt many years ago. She was working on her behavior psychology, and she was assigned to Dave to be able to keep his head up and keep his chest up, and also be able to soothe him down from crying. And eventually she and Beth adopted him, and from the age of almost 3 years old to 22 years old, he had the best life that any parents could possibly give him. And regardless of anybody who knew the story or not, they would see that smile, they would see that glow, and people just gravitated toward him. There was a time when he was out and about at some place where there was an outdoor band playing, and who just happens to see that smile and see that glow and see that enjoyment, and so the drummer actually gave him a pair of his drumsticks. And and everybody, whatever miracle, whatever season, whether it was fall season or spring season, so many people would say, there's that smile I miss so much. And so after this, oh wait a minute, let me show what this looks like. After I show the chicken, and after I show the final music, stick around for some more pictures. So here we go there. Knife here, and let's see if we can What am I, stupid? There, and thank you, Beth, for the oven mitt here. Go. And you go. There we go. And not sure. Yep. Look at all that steam. And let's see what it looks like inside. Yes, here we go. Whoa, don't slide off. Okay, there we go. There's some dark, and I don't want this to fall off, so if you'll excuse me. Okay, that looks pretty nice there. And all right, there we go. Put that on the small one. Yeah, there we go, like that, and yeah, look at that. All right, there we go. Really, really nice. So, let's get this over here and when I walk around, I'm going to show you some more pictures. Here's Dave and Beth. Here's Lori and Beth and Dave right around the time when they first got them. There is that smile we all love. And here's Lori with Dave as a tiny toddler. Well, pal, if there is a heaven, maybe the actual David Bowie and the actual Jim Morrison are singing to you personally. Rest in peace, buddy.